Hi, all signed up for the social media marketing class. Today I just want to give you a brief overview of the content for the week of May 4th. Today is May 4th, and hopefully, last week wasn't too complicated. I think the biggest challenge is that there's so much to marketing and so much to even social media marketing. And hopefully in the future, if you are on campus, I actually have somebody who specializes in ad tech, and he specializes in the way ads are sold and how ads are connected online and double click and all that. And hopefully maybe in the future you could attend his seminar. He has spoken to my classes before, and so Dave Smith is his name, and so maybe in the future you could attend one of his talks. I'll be probably advertising it if we have any in-person talks at West Valley again. But beside the point, I'm not a master of ads and buying ads, but this week I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about ads. And we're going to be advertising on social media for my company, and I guess let me just show you the idea. Is that they'll have, if we go here, we'll be posting ads on Facebook, things like this. Right now, the company, I think they rely too much on doing, too much on decorating, home decorating things, but whatever. So in this home decorating thing, they'll be sharing this on social media, and then you'll be able to click a link and go directly to a place where you could buy the product. And so you'll be able to go directly to the main page where there is a direct shopping, and you'll be able to go and go directly to a page to buy a product. And so you got an ad card. So we'll send the people directly to this page without having to go to zircon.com. So the goal here would be to go directly to this page. So one way we're going to track that is by using and there's a lot of ways of tracking, who's going from social media to your product, and do they buy the product. And I haven't talked about this in class, but of course it's now I can't remember what I'm talking about here. Hold on. Now I remember. It's called Tag Manager. The Tag Manager. So Google Tag Manager is where we'll be tracking that. So you can add scripts. I don't have an account set up quite yet here. I am logged in here, but in the Google Tag Manager, you'll be able to set up scripts, and those scripts you put on your website, and then it'll be able to track, who goes to your site from which social media, and did they purchase the product, did they add it to the cart and not do that. So those are the things I'm going to be learning and doing in the next couple weeks, but I don't really have that information for the class, but I just wanted to point out a little bit about how I do it. Let's talk about the things for this week. So for this week, I have some information about Facebook. I think one of the biggest challenges we have with Facebook is not all of us in this class actually have a Facebook account. I know some of you wrote about, quitting social media. I remember that discussion. And some of you, and that's okay. But understanding how Facebook works a little bit about how to buy an ad on there, you can read that and follow this video is quite simple. And then, I have an assignment, the keyword planning assignment, and I go back and forth about how to do this. And, I think I've been pointing this out throughout this class that, words are probably what the whole internet's about. Voice search is words, whatever. So, I wanted to kind of show you a little bit about, why words are important online. And so I was going to kind of change this assignment, but I kind of left it similar to what I originally had. And that is, all I want you to do is find a topic and search on Google for that topic and just see which words come up. So, I think you've probably seen some of my previous videos. I just go to Google and I type in, of course I do Stud Finder, so I type in Stud Finder, and I hit return. And then I go and I see, you know, what websites are coming up. Why are these websites coming up? You know, what are some of the words they're using? And if you look here, wall scanner, stud finder wall scanner. So I'd say, oh, that's a good word right there. I might copy that. So keep that word right there and write that down, so on. So, you know my topic, and that's what I search on. So in order to find good words to advertise and good words to use for your SEO, you know, just searching Google is fine. Looking at what other people do. Maybe you're into winemaking. You can type in winemaking. Yeah, and see, okay, so maybe winemaking might be a good topic. So you go in there and you see what kind of words are being used. Vinification looks like a word right there. That might be a good word I could use in my marketing as well. Then you'll see other people, what is, you know, how to make wine at home. That's a good word right there. What do you mean by a good word? Well, how to make wine. How many people, if they're trying to start, you know, making wine at home, they would want to use or advertise on how to make wine. Boy, that sounds like a good word I might buy on Google or Facebook or something, and so on. So, again, all I want you to do for this first part of this keyword assignment is watch my video. You don't have to use the tools. I know I talk about using Google tools and all that. You don't need to do that. All I want you to do is just know what keywords are. Just find this topic. Like I have my example here of the dog service here, Bay Area, dog sitter, Bay Area there. Just search on Google and find good words for one specific topic, just so I know that you're looking at keywords and understanding what keywords are. These keywords are used by, you know, algorithms to match things up on your social media and so on. And then the second part below here is really the most important part of the social media marketing kind of idea, is how does Facebook advertise, and then how would you use these words and what they talk about here in a marketing idea or a plan. And what I mean by that is, if you read these, you know, how to work with keywords on Facebook, right? We just talked about keywords on Google, and you've seen my videos before about keywords probably. So, you know, what words are important, how Google uses, well, how Facebook, uses keywords, and how they match the keywords to a specific audience. So what I want you to write about in the second part is, you know, think that topic, you came up with some good keywords, and then those keywords, then how would they match with a specific audience? You got location, age, and gender is how Facebook kind of work, you know, how they work upon how to advertise on Facebook. So again, what I'm looking for you to do then is, after you come up with those keywords, come up with an idea of a person, and, you know, what would that person's interest be or behavior be. In a lot of the marketing plans that I have students write in, like the advanced marketing class and the basic internet marketing class, I have them come up with a persona. I didn't really have you do a persona here, but if you looked at some of the reading that we've done in this class, coming up with you know, who your audience is and who you're advertising for, that's sort of what, you know, this Facebook reading is about, you know. So read this Facebook, you know, how to advertise on Facebook. There's 2 of them here. Read about targeting, and then come up with just write a paragraph about, you know, what, you know, that topic you used, you came up keywords. Well, how could you match that topic to a specific audience as well? That's all. I don't know. I will try and find some examples of what a previous student did for this and send it to you. I know it's a little confusing here. Don't stress about what to write. Just try your best. Read the content and just come up with an idea if you can. I didn't want to do that. Okay, and then so that's a keyword assignment there. Then there's a Pinterest follow-up. It's just sort of following up with Pinterest and how the we talked a little bit about Pinterest in the first week, and then this one talks a little bit about the AI, the you know, the artificial intelligence behind Facebook, and or not Facebook, I meant Pinterest, and how Pinterest matches you to what you see. I found that quite interesting. And then what is hashtag marketing? Of course, we all have know about Twitter, and what is this hashtag and why do people use hashtag, and how hashtag can be used in marketing. So please read that. That is quite good and to understand. And then buying ads on social media. I was working on this for a while this week, trying to figure out how to explain it to you. All you really need to know is a little bit about how ads are, what the cost of ads, okay? And it gives you generic terms. See, I used to try and have students come up with specific prices for specific words and things like that. But of course, not all of us have accounts, right? You don't have a business account for Google, or you don't have a business account for Facebook. So you can't really get that information. You would have to have a business account to be able to go in there and see, oh, well, this is how much I'm going to bid. And so we don't even give a certain price for words or people. We actually have to bid on them, and so understanding those things. So if you could read this as well and understand some of the terms, these are terms that would be on the final quiz. There will be a final quiz in this class. It will be the last week. I will post it for a couple days. You'll be able to do it multiple times, so don't stress about it. You go through and try. If you miss a couple questions, you can even go back and redo them. It's not a very big deal. It's important that you understand the material and so on. So if you could read about buying ads and know what some of these terms are, was cost per click, cost per impression, and so on. So if you understand these are basic terms that all advertising on the internet uses, even Google or Facebook or Twitter or whatever. And then the last thing for this week, well, there's a follow-up. This is just a quick follow-up on Instagram. Again, these are just how the algorithm works with the feed. I think it's understand. So you can read those. They're not very long. Nothing's very long reading. And the last one is a discussion I made up today because I was very interested in this whole Supreme Court case today, and I watched the C-SPAN interview, and it intrigued me, and it's kind of very important to all businesses, I would say, this case. And that's the case of that came out today that they heard oral arguments over, and that's the Booking.com wants to trademark Booking, and what is the implications of Booking.com getting a trademark for that? And so I think it's important that you understand that and how it might impact every internet domain name, not necessarily that, or even buying words. You would, if Booking.com gets a trademark for booking, will you be able to use the word booking in an ad for social media? I don't know. What do you think? That's sort of that's why it's a discussion. So if you could read that. I'll make one more video next week to follow up for the final of our class, and I will talk a little bit about the final quiz. But for right now, if you could do these things for this week, that's what I wanted to talk about.